While we're inside the page layout view, and just to recap there, it's your view tab. Normally in the normal view, I toggled over into the page layout view where we can literally see the individual pages that make up our content on the worksheet. But while we're in here, this environment makes it super easy to work with the header and footer of your Excel document. So the header, I want to put something like a title. I want it to say monthly budget, just in small little text on every page. 2019 monthly budget. In the footer, I want the page number to show up in there. I want the little bits of information that are going to show up on each page within my Excel print. So I'm going to zoom in. And the way that I like to zoom inside of Excel, just as a kind of a little side note here, I hold down my Control key on my keyboard and I use my middle mouse wheel to scroll in and out. If you don't have a middle mouse wheel or your Control key's not working, in the lower right hand corner of the screen, let's see if I can get myself out of the way there. There we go. You've got your little zoom bar that you can get to as well. You can use that. So I've also got zoom options up on your view tab, however you do it, if you do it. So I like to do it just as I'm recording these videos. So what I want to do here is I want to put some text just at the top of each of my pages. I want it to be 2019 monthly budget. Maybe I want to put my name up there, something that's going to show up on each page of the document. And then at the bottom of each page, I want a page number and maybe some other bits of information. There's all sorts of goodies. You could put static text, you could type on your keyboard, put whatever you want, or you can use something more dynamic like page numbers and dates and stuff like that. So here, for the page header, I've got this white area towards the top of my screen. That's really the margin, but in the margin, the header resides. So if I click into there, I'm going to get 3 little boxes, and that's really makes up your header. You can put content on the left-hand side, the right-hand side, or in the middle. Same thing goes for the footer. Left, right, and left, middle, and right. So let's say I want it right in the middle. So I'm going to click in that box. I'm just going to say 2019 monthly budget. Looks good. Maybe over here, I'm just going to put my name, Kyle Pugh. There we have it. Now for the footer, I'm going to scroll down, and in the right-hand side, I want to put the page number. So I don't want to just type a 1 in there, because if I do that, the number 1 now shows up on every page. And if I scroll to the right, my chart, there it is, page 1. I don't want something static. So if I click into that box, I now get a new tab at the top of my screen. I get a header and footer tab. And if I click on that, there's all sorts of goodies in here. Right towards the middle, you got a section called header and footer elements. Various elements that you can then put into the header or footer. Kind of more dynamic content. One of them is page number. So I go ahead and click page number. They're going to drop in this ampersand page. But if I click out of there, I've now got page 1. There's page 2. Pretty cool. And there's page 3. Done. Other stuff you can do there. Let's go back into the footer. Header, footer, you got things like current date, current time, the file path. That's a good one. File path. You ever have somebody send you a document? Maybe it's sitting on a network drive, right? They send it to you in an email, but you need to go find the original document. Well, where did they save that file at? Or maybe they printed it out, handed it off to you. It's like, oh, I need to make an edit. There's a mistake inside of here. Let's go correct that. But where's the original document? Well, I could use the file path inside the header or footer, and it would display that. Oh, it's on the C drive in this folder, yada, yada, yada. It would give you the path. You got file name, sheet name, and you can put pictures. If you want to put your logo inside the header or footer, you've got the option right there. So try this out. I did some static text, just something that I banged on the keyboard, right? 2019 monthly budget, Kyle Pugh. And I got something a little more dynamic, just pulling it from the header footer tab. Now I do want to point something out here. Some of you might look at your screen, and this is a question I get asked all the time. You might look at it and say, I don't see those 3 boxes. So first off, step 1, make sure you go up there and click up there just to make sure they're just not invisible for a moment. Actually click into there. If that doesn't work for you, if you move your cursor just to the top of the document, Right? You can see that mine says hide white space. If I click once, my cursor kind of changes shape there. If I click with that, it'll hide the header footer. If I click up there, just right at the top of the document again, now it will show the header and footer. Okay, I have that happen all the time to people. It's a very common question I get. I don't see my header or footer. Well, it's probably just hidden. So if you just click up at the top of the document, you can hide it, you can show it. All right, try this out. Put in some text, put in the page number, put in today's date, whatever you want. Now think about what is it that you want to display to your users when you print your document.